There I was, admiring my collection, when all of a sudden I saw this amazing box art. That's some good 2004 box art. Reclaim a universe shattered by darkness and deceit? Well, I'm sure up for that. Oh, look, and there's that art again. And it's on the disc too. Wow, this game will help me fight my will to live. Let's check it out. So, here we are, let's pop it in and have a look. The game opens up to a happy and colorful intro. All seems to be well in the land of Hashkilia. Here we get introduced to our main protagonist Tal, who is, I might add, the character in the background of the cover art here. I wonder why. Anyway, he is once again late for training as he stumbles his way to work. We also get introduced to the girl on the cover. Turns out she is the princess.
Elko switches on his tower this afternoon, but you promised we could visit my mother today? Ooh, lucky me. I get to spend all day in a village full of old men. You must have been very bored growing up.
And I just love how she talks about her mate's birthplace. Like, that place is full of old people and they have to work and stuff, ew. Anyway, after that we get introduced to these two, who are the other two characters on the cover of the game. Elko the scientist, who is a Dutchman.
Whoa, what's it, Tal? What's the big hurry?
How do you do? And how do you do your wife?
What a beautiful accent that is. And we get introduced to Buki.
You fight well, but a Shidani warrior does not hide behind a sword.
She is from a village full of anthropomorphic animals. For her, that means she looks a lot like the other humans in the game. For others, it means they look a lot more like an animal, like this tiger lady or this grumpy dog.
More humans.
Anyway, Tal has to give a demonstration to the crowd.
Tal, you may begin.
Here we get a quick introduction to the fighting system. You have two buttons to attack, and any free input combination you do with those two buttons give you a unique attack. It's a very simple system, but it works pretty well. I liked finding the right combinations to use for the situations that were at hand. The system does what it needs to do. Back to the story. When we are done with the demonstration, Tal gets told that there's an attack coming and he has to go help out.
Intelligence suggests the Echlorians will darken our skies again soon. Now, we don't understand their motive, but it's down to us to try and stop them from entering Illumina.
Of course, we muck about in the town a bit and meet some of the locals. And all of the dialogue is spoken as well. And that is nice, as that was not yet common in 2004. We eventually make it to the place where the fight is about to start.
I want every piece of Echlorian scum removed from the area before sundown.
And we are in a nick of a time as an innocent family is fleeing from the enemy. And we will surely go ahead and... Oh, what the fuck? We just let them die? Holy shit, I did not see that coming. And look, they're standing so close as well. And they do absolutely nothing. And in general, what's going on? Before this point, everything was all sunshine and rainbows, and it turned into Apocalypse Now really fast. Look at this, all of a sudden there is gore and violence. And I love it. I did not see it coming, but hey, it woke me up when playing this game. Look at this guy, he got his head chopped off.
Oh, that's brutal.
Tal fights his way through the waves of enemies who conveniently teleport in whenever he walks into an obvious combat arena. After a lot of combat, we get this big ogre, who is our first boss. The fight itself is pretty simple. Just bait out an attack and then go in to do one of your own. Repeat that a few times and then this happens. Oh please, what's going on? I did not add that blur just now. This is just how the game is. What's going on? Who are you? Oh god, is that you? Great thing you are here.
I speak with the voice of your ancestors.
Yeah, sure, but you showed up a bit late, though. Could have used your help a few minutes ago. But hey, better late than never. And what's this? Oh no, bad touch, bad touch. And he gave me a new superpower which I can use to turn the boss into salsa. Pretty neat, thanks God, but please don't touch me like that ever again, that was creepy. So after that, we apparently passed out, and the general finds us on the floor.
Get up! What happened to the rest of your men, Tal? I expected more from you.
Okay, dude, I killed like 50 of them, and did I not mention that I just met God a few seconds ago? Did you factor that in? No? Tell, buddy? You might want to tell him all that. No? Okay, whatever.
Princess Ailish is in New Brightwater. See that she gets back to the castle safely. Now that the Echlorians have been cleared from the area, I hope that you can be trusted to guard a girl. Get out of my sight!
I guess we now have to pick up the princess from the nearby village. Let's just go do that. Before we get to the village though, we meet this guy Jurgen. He is our Swedish skin trader.
Have you come to trade? Lay your skin on me. I can't get enough.
Who at least knows what he likes, I guess.
I like the furry side of the business.
There are more NPCs like that in the game, and they are way out there.
Top of the morning to you. Me and the lads like nothing better than dangling our rods out to sea.
But it's one of those things that keeps me playing the game. I want to know what the next area has to offer when it comes to these NPCs and which accents they will have.
It's supposed to be used for some spiritual mumbo-jumbo, but I saw the potential for making money with it.
So after we walk for a bit, we make it to the village where the princess is staying. After talking to the townsfolk, who do not even mention the all-out war we just had a few minutes ago, we find the princess.
Excuse me.
We get introduced,
Let's go then. I never wanted to come to this dreary little town in the first place.
and after doing some side quests in the town, we are back off to the castle. But before we get there, we get a nice little surprise. As it turns out, the princess is good at magic. But the way that translates into combat is that when you swap to play her, the game turns to a first-person perspective, and you can straight up shoot everyone. This is a good move on part of the developers, as it shakes up the combat and you can switch freely between both playstyles. I really like this, as there is a lot of combat in the game and this keeps things fresh. The only thing that kinda bothers me is that if you circle strafe in combat, most enemies don't know how to deal with that. And you can just keep shooting them without them being able to do anything in return. There are things I'm not as much a fan of, such as the way combat is triggered. Whenever you see an open area and you walk around certain obstacles, you will always trigger combat. So it's always very obvious when there will be combat, and whenever you go somewhere, there will always be an encounter on the same spot. After all that, the two heroes make it back to the main city.
Here we are. Home again.
You certainly are.
So, after that scene, we meet up with our father again, the General.
I heard you wanted to see me.
That's right. I wanted to see the new royal champion. I have to say, though, I'm glad I never served with you at my side. You're the kiss of death, aren't you? Every rookie that takes a tour with you dies within the hour. Why is that, Tal?
I guess some of us just don't make it back. Something happened out there. I only just survived myself.
Oh, you're a born survivor, aren't you? I mean to say, you survived when Private Abraham didn't. You survived when Officer Brashill didn't. And of course, you survived when your brother didn't!
Turns out Tal's brother died in an attack a few years ago, and he could not protect them. So, that's why the General was giving Tal such a hard time. After that pep talk, we go to the courtroom and we get to hear what our next objective is.
Elko, follow her. Things will get worse for the Shidani, and soon they will be forced to give us the crystal. Take young Tal with you as your personal guard.
We have to go to the village of anthropomorphs to get their crystal to power the machine Elko is building. Well, that sounds great and all, but I am all out of time for today's episode. And I wonder if you, the viewer, would like to see more of this game. Let me know in the comments if you want me to finish this game and make a part 2. So, that's all for today. I wish you all have a nice day and see you next time.